Hi guys, this is Dormouse03, and this is continuing my Dead Space 3 Classic Mode playthrough, and this is Chapter 1. So we just went through a very long cutscene, and we cannot move until we pick up this med pack, and then we cannot move again until we use it. So, I don't know exactly why it forces you to do that stuff, especially on these New Game Plus modes, where it's, you've played the game once before, so there's really no need to force me to take a med pack there if I didn't want to, but whatever. So, I'm not going to be collecting all the audio logs and stuff, the text logs, and the various other collectibles. I mean, I pick up stuff when it's right in front of me, and it's like, ooh, something shiny, must pick it up. But, I'm not going to be actively going out to seek them. I'm not going to do any of the optional missions because, frankly, they were long and boring and stupid. So, I won't be going through any of those. It's just going to be a basic run-through of the main story here, is what I'm planning on doing. I guess if I get into a situation where I really feel like I have to play through the optional missions to get stuff or something, I might, but I don't believe that I'm going to do that. So this is just introducing you to Crouch. You don't have to kill these guys. You just walk over to this police car and it will trigger this cutscene. And I call these guys suicide grunts because they remind me of suicide grunts from Halo, although they are not nearly as amusing as those. So there's ammo here that I want to pick up, and ammo there, and now things sort of get going with these jerks who are trying to shoot you. So, here we go. Let's see. When I was playing through in my regular, just normal playthrough, I noticed that the plasma cutter kind of sucked. And I'm hoping that it's not going, or I'm not going to have that attitude toward it during this playthrough, because you don't have access to a lot of things. You're not going to have access to a lot of the weapons that you create, and that you may have been using, and I would recommend using during the regular game, because of the mode, which makes it interesting. But I think the game was really designed around this idea of having two weapons, or a weapon, two weapons in one, or one weapon with an alternate fire that was way more effective and efficient than the standard alternate fire on some of the weapons from the first two games. And so I'm really, really used to that. And so sometimes, oh, here's another suicide grunt. So I want to not mess with him. So it feels like it's really, really set up so to sort of force you to take advantage of that kind of two-weapon system. I'm just looking for stuff right now, which there appears to be none. And so I don't know how exactly it's going to work with going back to the old ways of swapping back and forth between weapons. It's going to take some getting used to, probably. But I recall in the first two games, I mean, Plasma Cutter makes everything its bitch. And in this game, it really just doesn't seem to. So, I'm hoping that might be changed in this game. I don't know, in this mode, because maybe they made it a little weaker to encourage you to use some of the other weapons, because you had the ability to do that, but now that you now that you cannot craft those items, oh my god, maybe they have made it back to its old glory, and I hope so, because I loved it. I loved the plasma cutter, and I think everyone did. Anyone who played the games, it was just a beast of a weapon once you had it upgraded a little bit. And so far in this game, it hasn't been so, and I don't know, it's been fairly effective right now, though. Ooh, ooh. Yes, train, please hit those guys, or cars. And I'm not going to listen to what you say, I'm just going to stasis. So yeah, this is just introducing you to a lot of the concepts of the basic functions of the game. We use stasis to make things slow down, and it is very useful. So, there's nothing over here besides that collectible that is unnecessary for me to pick up right now, but I'm going to do it anyway because old habits. When I go up this ladder, there's going to be some dudes. I don't know, and I'm sort of playing this. You'll notice that I'm kind of telling people what to do. I'm sort of making this as kind of a guide slash me playing through it live. So it's a live guide. Even though I have not played this mode before, so hopefully you get to learn from any mistakes that I am going to make, and probably there will be several of them. But also learn from some of the sort of tricks and tips and things that I've learned from the other playthroughs that I've done. So I'm stomping bodies right now. It's telling me to switch my weapons, but I don't have another weapon. So, thanks for that. But I think I had to at least click the button to make that little prompt go away. So there are lots of bodies in here, and as far as I could tell when I played before, you don't get anything from stomping any of them, which is a shame. It's very sad. But there are things in these little alcoves. And so, I mentioned in the first video that I have also played the pure survival mode for this game. And now it seems like a good opportunity to talk about that and the difference between that mode and this mode. And the main difference is, if I look at my inventory now, look at all the stuff that I have, and you don't have any of that stuff right now when you are playing in pure survival mode. The basic idea of it is that you have to craft pretty much everything that you have. Every now and again you will find some ammo and some health just laying around, but that is quite rare. You get a little bit at the beginning because otherwise you wouldn't have any, because the first opportunity you get to go to a workbench is, I believe, in chapter 2 or 3. And so by the time you get to the end of this chapter and into the second one, you're pretty strapped for everything, for healing, for ammo, for just everything. And it's quite challenging there at the beginning, if you aren't prepared for that. So I would say the beginning little bits, aside from a couple little spots within the middle of the game and end of the game, I would say the beginning is the hardest because you're sort of getting used to conserving things. But after a little while, you will have enough scrap metal, more scrap metal to make more ammo than you'd ever need. So ammo isn't a problem, or wasn't for me ever on that mode. Health was the main thing that was sometimes an issue, because sometimes you'd have a lot of it, and other times I would just have none when I felt like I needed it. So the health packs were definitely the things that I missed in certain sections of that mode. But right now I'm pretty stocked, so that is cool. And so right here, this fight right here can go wrong very fast. Because these two guys do not play. Especially if they start mutating. Although I'm not sure what they're doing right now. Are you going to come through the glass or what? They're stuck. They wanted me to heal. Okay. So I'm going to stasis this guy. I'm going to stasis that guy. Oh, and he mutated. That's lovely. That is lovely. I hate these mutations. Absolutely hate the mutations. Look at how much damage that did. And that was from like 2 or 3 of those little shots off of its tentacle back. Yikes. But, so that didn't go great, but it can be a lot worse. The one did not mutate, luckily, and I was able to kill him before he crawled over and axed me in the foot, which apparently hurts a lot. So, yeah. Those two guys, these enemies, I don't care for them. They are one of the only new enemies that are in this game. Although that's probably a lie. There are probably more new enemies than I'm thinking of at this moment. But right now I can only think of like 2 or 3 new enemies that are different in this game from the last. I'm gonna use a stasis pack. This guy's gonna get up. Come on. Don't you mutate. But these guys, they're fast. They do a lot of damage if they get to you. And those mutations are the worst. And it feels like, I don't know, it feels like they're random. Why did my health just go up just then? I did not push a button to use that med pack. Oh, I was out of inventory space, so it must have used it for me automatically. Huh. Alright. I won't complain. I would have done it anyway if I knew I was out of inventory room. But I don't know if someone has figured out any kind of pattern to the mutations on these enemies. There he goes. Look at that. Look at that. I don't want to not. They are confused. That's one. Oh, you think you're going to creep up on me, don't you? Nope. And so if you come in this room, as you can see, it confuses them a lot. I'm not quite sure what I want to do here. Because he's awful close to that side. And I want to be careful because I don't want to get axed. Jesus. All right, come on. There you go. Asshole. Alright, stop missing. Really? Was that necessary? Jeez. So, yeah. I'm not a fan of the new mutations because they can they can do one of three things when you kill these axe guys. And I call them all axe guys, even though some of them have hooks, some of them have wrenches. They're all the same basic class of enemy. They can... So the three things they can do. They can just die, which is nice. You like it when they do that. The second thing they can do is mutate into the thing with the bottom half and 3 tentacles that can either whip you in the face or shoot. I really want this ammo. Or they can shoot little projectiles at you, which is very unpleasant. It's like a big lurker that's faster and more annoying. And really, the lurkers didn't need to be faster and more annoying, because they already were. So, I don't get it. But, so that's the second thing, so they can mutate into that. And they can also mutate into this little, like, spider-looking thing. And I've had occasions, and I don't know if it was my imagination, or maybe it was, there were 2 of them, and one of them transformed into one, and the other into the other. But it almost feels like sometimes they mutate into the bottom half of the legs with the 3 tentacles, and then into the spider thing. And it's like, no, I've killed you twice. 3 times is too much. So stop that. So I don't know, that could just be my mind playing tricks on me. But I seem to recall that happening before. In any case, I don't know what these benches are here for, what their purpose is. Maybe if you're doing a New Game Plus, they are available to you. But right now, they are not. And they just sit there and mock you because you want to be messing with your inventory and storing some of the stuff and, you know, maybe making some ammo or med packs or whatever if you're doing the pure survival mode. Because right now, it would be really, really useful to be able to use that. But you can't. Yeah, there are about 1 million med packs around this area. And that's just that dude. And I don't know why there's so much health items right here, because I mean, look at how many I've got. I guess they didn't want to make it super difficult for people who hadn't played before, but Jesus, this is a mode for folks who have played through this game already. And so I would love for them to give me more ammo right now, and less of the healing stuff, but that's just me. This room also can get really bad really quickly. These guys, I don't know if you can hurt them before they get up, but oh god, mutatey, stop, no, missed, bad. And they're gonna punish me. They're gonna punish me. I missed with my stasis, and now they're gonna punish me. And this guy is going to hit me anyway, and that is something that I just despise. Can I please get out of this corner? Oh my god. This is bad. This is really bad right now. Really bad. You aren't dead. Die. Please die. Anyway, all those med packs I was complaining about. Oh, frack. He is not dead, and I need to move. Because, when you stasis them, they can continue through their animation. You were not even supposed to come out yet. Christ. So remember when I said that this room could get real bad real fast? That was probably almost as bad as it could be. Got trapped in the freaking corner over there. Tentacle guy. Because generally, I guess I got too close to this doorway right here. Generally, the tentacle dude is hanging out right here. And so I guess when I ran over, I got too close and triggered him to come out. Jerkwad. So yeah, all that health stuff that I was bitching about, now I need. Because that did not go too well. Did not go too well. But that's okay. Because it is only chapter 1. And things only get worse from here. It's pretty tough for chapter 1 though. I mean, that was a lot of guys in that room. And if you thought, geez, that was a lot of guys in that room, you're right. And they came from all around. And the reason I kind of ran forward here and tried to trigger these two was because I knew that things were going to come out from behind me back here. And I did not want to be... I wanted to try to take them out before I got back. But then he mutated, and then I missed with my stasis, and then it all went to shit. But, your best laid plans. This guy is trying to get some food, so he usually isn't too much of a problem. And be careful of this dude in here. Probably gonna stasis him. But, there are a few changes that they have made to this game that I am really not a fan of. Really not a fan. And one of them is that bullshit with the stasis, that they are so fast now that when you, when you use stasis on them, if they're close enough to you and if they're doing an animation, where they are jumping or swinging or hitting or whatever, they complete that. And they complete it pretty quickly. And you can get hurt. Are you gonna come train? Jesus. No, you had to wait for it to give me the prompt. Or I'm not close enough to you, or I'm in the wrong place, or something stupid is happening. So yeah, I'm really, really not a fan of this, it can kill me while I have it stasis, because they're super fast. It's like everybody is a tweaker. Everybody is on crack or meth or something bad that, you know, makes them super fast. Speed, I guess, is the drug that I'm searching for. And it's just it's not real cool. It's not real cool at all, because tactics that worked for the first couple of games don't work as much for this one. And that's, I don't know. I mean, I understand that things need to evolve, otherwise it's the same old shit over and over. But I don't know if it needed to evolve into bullshit. Because part of the fun of these games was the feeling that you are not a super powerful dude, But if you are accurate enough and good enough with your abilities, you can feel like a super powerful dude, and really, really be effective at taking out entire rooms full of bad things. So just make sure you don't run into the gunfire there, because that's not fun. And what's really... Oh my god, did he really throw a grenade at me just then? This is so... That doesn't usually happen. Asshole. They really, really want to make me regret saying that they gave me too much health. I mean, there was just... You can use Kinesis on those grenades. P.S. And throw them back, but that really just surprised the shit out of me just then. And so this part, I don't know if this entire section is timed. I'm operating right now kind of off of the assumption that it's not, that it's only this last encounter that up here that's timed. But when you get up here, you need to do this fairly quickly. So I'm gonna stasis these two assholes and miss a lot, and then kill him. But you need to get to the other end of this train, and you don't move very fast, so you can pretty easily get yourself ripped into if you aren't careful there. But then you sit here and you tap A bunch of times, because that is what all of the quick time events in this game are, which it's fine with me because they're easy, but then it also makes you think, was it really necessary? So, in any case, that is the end of Chapter 1. I will see you guys in Chapter 2. I hope that you are enjoying my my pain and fun and everything else.